So hi guys and welcome back. Today we have Jason Wadsworth from JD Autoshine in his new to him, Fiesta, I keep moving because he's getting closer, his Fiesta RS Turbo. Dry icing is our plan today. We are going to dry ice the engine bay. There's a few bits on his engine. He's going back. See ya. There's a few bits on his engine that he wants tweaking, tidying up. So we are going to try out our Karcher to show you guys exactly what can be done. Jason has also got in the back of the van, he's bought his engine for, let me give you a sneak peek. There it is, the RS1600i. A lot coming on that very soon. It's going to be a big update. I've kept it all contained. It's going to be a long old video.
So what I'd like you to do,
yes,
I'd like you to make this charge carrier look prettier. We'd like to get this all cleaned. We'd like to get the residues of corrosion around the base here of the servo. We'd like to see what happens with this. And we'd like to see what happens with these. And we'd like to see what happens with this and this. And just see what happens. And there's some dirt here that I'm interested to see if you can save on these very, very OG, not to be found ever again, Ford leads.
Okay, so a lot of this is very clean already. We didn't expect anything else. But if you look there, or a video this later, just to see exactly what it does. See Jason mentioned down here, that should clean up nice. And certain aspects of the, so you can't even see the block in here, which is another reason why Jason's brought the engine over, so we can just experiment and see what comes out of that.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Okay, so let me show you the results of this. As we thought, it didn't clean it up as well as it was because it was already mintily clean. So because I was actually doing the ice blasting, Jason had a bit of a clearer view of what he's seen. So let me just get him to explain to you what he saw.
So what I have found with the dry ice, it's got into all those nooks and crannies, certainly through the electrical system that you wouldn't want to use traditional cleaner methods on. So especially with brittle plugs, connectors, the Jubilee clips look lovely, so do the rubbers, all in these areas that you just wouldn't be able to reach without removing them from the car. It's done a really nice job. Certainly around here we had lots of overspill brake fluid over the years that had really heavily corroded the bottom of the master cylinder. That's now looking a lot nicer, and it's given me a clear view on what's left to actually take this thing apart if I wanted to go that next step. So yeah, for me, dry icing is nice because you've made all those areas and those components that I wouldn't want to hit with water or steam. They've now appeared a very, very nice appearance and finish.
And also we tackled quite hard on this section here, just to try and get that off. You can see it slightly changed it to a slight pink, but like Jason said, that will soon clean up with a bit of silicone spray. Yeah,
a bit of silicone will return. Don't forget, these leads were what were fitted with the car when it was new. Also quite nicely in these little gaps, especially on more electrical components, getting into all these horrible bits, you've managed to remove all of the dirt very, very nicely. Look at the top of these. How shiny is that? It's just nice.
It's good.
It has got all those bits that I wouldn't really want to be going out with an all-purpose cleaner or a steam. No, thumbs up from me, mate. Like it.
The second part of today's experiment is the gearbox for the Escort that is there, but I'm not showing you. You'll have to wait for the update. So we're going to give this a go. What is your plans with this, Jason?
So obviously you're making the car perfect. We will be replacing bolts and components. We're going to be removing this. You're going to be powder coating that the OG black that it should have been. But The overall casing, I'm looking to see what dry ice can do to this, either as in preparation for painting, or whether we go down the split the gearbox casing route and have to get it blasted in some other way. I'm hoping dry ice is going to make this visually lovely, or at least prepare it for paint and remove all of the oils and greases.
And also, so if you've watched the first video that we've done on the ST180, you'll see that gearbox of ours cleaned up really nice. So it'd be good to see if that was just a one-off, or this is going to come up just as good.
This is 41.
That's not 41.
No.
Right, let's get going.
Switch it up.
Okay, so that's as much as we're going to do on that gearbox. You'll just see the overlays that I've just done. Down in the bottom casing here, you'll see that it still looked a bit dirty, but that's not dirt, that's just in the aluminium. Obviously, we were correct. The ST180, not being 41 years old, did come up a lot better than this, but the results, and you'll see, I'll just add a clip there, you'll see what it was like before to see what it's like now. I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Jason's happy.
Oil has gone.
Oil has gone, yeah. This was caked in it. All around here was caked in it. And let me just show you. But in here were the areas that it's very hard to clean and get into, that we have jetted out all of that oil and all of that crud. Yeah, happy.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect. So last thing, engine. We haven't got a lot of ice left. So again, we started with 10 kilo. You see the length of this video. I haven't stopped, so that's how quick it eats it up. £60 that is. It's just gone up because we're on the Isle of Wight and there's a postage charge. So, engine out the van on Jason's trusty stand. Now let's have a quick closer look at this. Okay, sorry about the noise, but Tony is working away. We are going to concentrate on the aluminium block, which you can see here in these little crevices. We're going to concentrate on the inlet manifold and really
Water pump.
anything else, the water pump section like Jason said there.
Water pump.
Anything else that we can kind of have a flick off with what ice we've got left, and just to see how well it comes out. Again, the risk we've got is that ice doesn't last very long, so let's get this moving. So I have ran out of ice. That was 10 kilo. It went very quickly. But all this video is for is basically to see what we can pull out, what you can see. Experimenting. Yeah. What we don't want is anyone to say, well, that's not what I thought it was going to be. We're clearly going to show you guys exactly what we put on offer. That will come up that good. Same as the gearbox. Again, 41 years old. It isn't going to come up brand new. We know that, but it is going to cleanse it and take all the grime and the dirt out of it. What me and Jason just said, what we're going to do, we're going to order another 10 kilo bag and we're going to revisit that. So it's still going to be the same video. All we'll do is I'll jump back on the engine. We'll go to town on it now and just concentrate as much as we can on it just to bring it properly up. And then we'll show you guys the end results of that. So the finishing of that engine completely done.
Exciting.
Nice. One thing I do want to get Jason to talk about while we're here. A lot of you in the last dryers video asked about protection once we've done the blasting. Jason's recommended some ceramic coating that's a spray on. Jason's basically said that anything for, he said 5 years, a 5-year car, only because of surface corrosion and stuff like that. So we can ceramic coat anything 5 years or that has undergone a restoration in some ceramic
mileage
stuff.
dependent as well. So your Porsches, your weekend rides, anything that Martin manages to make almost factory, we can seal up with Carpro Deluxe through an low volume air sprayer. Anything older, anything that's been a bit miley, we can then look at the Built Hammer range. They do UB and UC. I've given those details to Martin and their technical outlays as to what they will achieve for the end user. So if it's a restoration project and you're going to be putting mirrors under it, we're going to avoid anything like a Built Hammer product because it will always distort that finish. A ceramic coating will only enhance it and will only give it more gloss. So especially on something like my Series 1, God rest its soul, that Martin restores, we then use Deluxe on the whole undercarriage of that car. No matter what happens, rain, track day, the car restored itself very easily from just a wash and a wipe. With Built Hammer, you're there to preserve something nicely, but it's still not a super clear, transparent finish. There is a slight tinge of wax to it, but that's not to say it isn't a brilliant product. Very effective on aluminium, bare steel, wheel arches, chassis. So we're going to do another video when you've done one about how we're going to apply, how you maintain as an end user, and we'll go from there.
And this is exactly why we work with people like Jason, because as he just said, that's 2 minutes of him knowing his stuff. Exactly why I rung him and said, I need your help. What can you offer me? So he's given me exactly what we need. Anyone that wants anything, you can head to the JW shop as well.
But you've got a dry ice box. It's exciting.
But we have got a dry ice box.
You know, everything can be cleaned.
Right, let's crack on with this engine and we'll see you in a minute. So guys, like you've seen there, I've literally just worked my way through the engine. I was on the gearbox, but it's spraying so much dirt up. Ideally, we want a bit of a degrease before it gets to us. The inside of that is just caked in oil and slurry, and well, as you can see, it's all over me. So I've paused on that at the moment just to concentrate on the engine. I had 20 kilo that I put in. We're probably down to about 5 kilo left. So the engine itself is pretty much, and I'll just do some overlays now. You can literally see all along the block how nice it is. You know, that is paintable. It's still got rust on it. There's no surface rust. It is as it is. All the inlet come up lovely, all around the casing. You know, you can even see, and I pointed out, you can probably see that now on the screen, where I pointed out the cork gasket. It hasn't destroyed the gasket at all. So that is nice. So at the moment I'm running 80 pound of pressure with 100 psi there. At the moment that seems to be working quite well and not soaking up the ice as we're using it. It's doing exactly what it should do, and you notice sometimes I have to go over it 3 times, but I'm trying to preserve the amount of ice that we're using. 20 kilo, just so you guys know, is £100 for the 20 kilos. So, you know, that's the price to the door. This time it took 3 days to get here. So that's the risk we've got. It is, well, it's 11:30 at night. It's the only really time. As soon as that ice comes in, the risk is we've got to get it done, otherwise it's going to melt. So all I'm doing now is just making sure I get into like these last little bits that you can see in there, and just up the side of there we're going to get now, just to move that pipe out of the way. Should be able to see how good this comes off. See there, it doesn't even damage the plug, it gets in all there lovely. That's cleaned up really well. Just shows you quite how far 20 kilo has gone this evening. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've learned to see the process of what actually we can and cannot achieve with the ice blasting. It's very honest. From what you can see, it's the kind of thing that you put in a car that you're restoring to kind of give it the factory look. If you wanted it to be mint, you'd sandblast it. That's very simple, which is also what we do. So guys, I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that like, and don't forget mostly to give us a subscribe. See you on the next one. Keep it real.